Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to kind of a channel update, what's going to be happening, what's going on, that sort of thing. We got a lot of ground to cover today, an awful lot of ground to cover today, but bear with me. We're going to do but we're going to kind of chill out for the usual first 10 minutes, and then we're just going to kind of go right into it. All right, so I'm going to do my usual thing, kind of hit some buttony stuff and make sure that everything is flowing as it should. We're going to have a cigarette out real quick, um, and then we're going to kind of talk about what's going on, kind of get everyone caught up to speed, because there's a lot happening here on the channel, and that should be no surprise to some of you. Okay, this is a happening channel. We don't stay idle for very long. Princess Faye and I have even been talking about everything kind of happening, and it's kind of like we got a lot of ground to cover. So we'll kind of chill out for the first few minutes. I'm going to do my usual thing also. Maybe grab the link, share it out to a few folks real quick while we're still rocking and rolling. Go. Boom. Boom. There we are. Send that out to a few friends. We've got a lot of ground to cover. And a lot of that ground has to do with the fact that Project Spirit. Was looking today. I've got some things I've got to repair. Got a lot of things to repair. The winter was rough on her, and so between doing tune-ups and making repairs from the winter, it's been. No, I'm not doing that right now. Love you too, honey. So, the first little bit, we're gonna kind of go. Zelda, you make me nervous when you get up there, sweetie. You know this. What's up? Let me kind of run through the bases real quick. Currently, right now, one of the big things that is on the plate is the fact that I want to take kind of a moment. So I won't be live streaming this coming week as much as I usually do. I'm still going to be close at hand because there's some production stuff that I need to get taken care of in the background. Kind of some stuff that I want to get squared away. I got some videos I've been trying to get done forever and a day. That, and I want to spend some time with my wife. We don't get a whole lot of time together. So my schedule's a little jacked up this next week, but hey, that's okay because I could take a moment and kind of step back, do what I need to do, and that sort of thing. So like this coming week, one of the things that you're going to that everyone just needs to kind of be prepared for is I'm going to be, doing more premieres than I normally do. So with the premieres, there's going to be more premieres than usual. I know there's like one of them that I just got to quickly throw a beginning and an end to, more or less. There's one of them. I got two of them. I got to film 2 quick scenes. That'll give me a moment to do that, and I can release everything as I need to. Because I got looking. I keep at least like 2 weeks worth of content built up. I don't have that right now, and I don't like that. I mean, I got some stuff I could throw up there in kind of like a quick hurry if I need to, but I like to have something for at least 5 days out of the week. 2 days that I don't do diddly squat, more or less. But it hasn't happened that way. So basically, this next week, if you're keeping up with the channel, kind of expect where Wednesday we're not going to be live because I just want to take a day. Thursday we'll be back. Friday is Faye's Corner. Saturday, Cinnamon will be in. And then come Sunday, hi Zelda, hi honey. And then come, Monday, comes Sunday, another premiere. Monday, another premiere. That's kind of the plan right now. So I'm getting my usual time in. No, you didn't scare me. You startled me. So that's kind of where it stands right now. And a lot of this also has to do with the fact I've got a lot going on with with one of my kids, and it's going to eventually tie into all of them. You startled me. It was like, ooh, when, ooh, ooh, okay. And I need to take a moment and get some stuff done to Spirit because we have an issue with her that has me even kind of baffled. Okay. And that problem is that Spirit, you could start her, you could drive her, but when you go to shut her off, you turn the key to the off position, she's not turning off. Which, I mean, we could joke about it all day long, but that is a problem because even if she does shut off with the key, she's draining the battery, and that is not good. I did almost a complete tune-up to her a couple days ago, and went to start her, and she didn't start. It's like the battery was dead. So that's not good. That's not good juju. So we got to figure out what's happening there. It could be a short in the wiring harness, basically telling her, that she's not supposed to shut off. When the key's in the off position, the engine is still running. You could still drive her in the off position, and that's not good. So you have to go out and disconnect the battery, and then she's like, oh, I don't have any power anymore. I'm not supposed to be running. So that is a problem. So it could be something with the starter solenoid shorting out, and then that sort of thing, or it could be something directly in the wiring harness. I filmed it today, but I spent time actually going through and trying to figure. I changed the key switch, the aftermarket key switch that we installed, and that did not solve the issue. So I took the old one, set it aside. It's fine. Obviously it works. It's doing what it's supposed to. But in essence, that now what we have to do is figure out why it's doing that. Along with that, I have to remount the rear view mirror because during the winter months, with the temperature changing constantly, it gets hot, gets cold, blah, 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 blah. The rear view mirror fell off. So, hey, what's going on, Mikey G? So these are some of the issues that I need to spend time actually fixing on the car. So this coming week, how are you doing, Mike? How are you doing, Mikey G? So this coming week, I'm going to be spending time fixing these problems. Just talking about, stuff going on with the channel. I'm not going to be going live as much as I normally do this coming week. Now, this Wednesday, I am off, but I want to spend some time also in production as well. So between production, chasing after problems with the kids, and at the same time, also going through and fixing issues with Spirit. Basically, I want to build up my content. I've got some content built up, so I'm going to spend some time doing it. I'm cutting back this coming week on the amount of time that I'll be live, but there'll still be content. So come tomorrow, there'll be a premiere, a really good one. I pretty well showed it already. Come Wednesday, there'll be yet another premiere. Thursday will be Sober Talk as usual. Friday will be Faye's Corner. Saturday will be Cinnamon Live. Sunday, another premiere. Monday, another premiere. Tuesday, I ain't doing dick because Tuesday Night Madness. So it's kind of how it's going to look a lot like. Tuesday I don't do anything. It's Tuesday Night Madness. I might do some recording in there, but usually I don't anymore. my computer has a hard time with OBS being up and being in Battle Royale. It really does have a hard time. It doesn't throw me those kind of fits when I'm playing Save the World. But I know Wednesday we're going to be filming a lot, and I mean a lot, of Try Not to Laugh challenges with Cinnamon. Okay, there's going to be a lot of that Wednesday. So I'll be gathering up a lot of you that have been wanting to do the challenge, and I'll be basically saying, at this time, I need you ready. You ain't ready, you know, we'll have to reschedule. But yeah, basically, Mike, that, and I also need to take a moment away from live streams so I can focus on some problems that's been going on in my family. I got a lot of family drama that was dropped into my lap this past week. So much so that there's going to have to be like a special video. A series that I was getting ready to say completely goodbye to is going to have to actually be brought back. And it's going to have to be around for a little while longer. So what I initially planned isn't going to happen. Now, tomorrow's premiere is going to be a video where Cinnamon and I are going to both be in the video. We kind of did a sneak peek. Yes, well, Cinnamon did a sneak peek yesterday talking about it. There's probably even going to be, and depending on how this goes, there's going to be a little bit of a storyline possibly in the works with this. We're going to have some fun with it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to actually give me the opportunity to do some acting and show off some mad editing skills. So this is something that, this is something that I really have been wanting to do for a long time. I've been wanting to do something like this, and now I'm actually set with everything that I've got. But at the same time, this is also something that, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. What, Zelda? Does Zelda want to go inside? Tell you what, let me finish this real quick. So, yeah, so there's a lot happening on the channel right now. It's not bad with the channel. It's just in my personal life, things have gotten kind of tougher, and it pertains to one of my kids, more or less. So I need to take a moment and kind of work on those things at the same time. I've got to take that moment and fix what's happening in my life. Along with that, I also got to take a moment and fix what's happening to Spirit. These are things that, I just need a moment. Mikey G, you're one of those guys that, I've had the opportunity, everyone, a lot of people don't know this. Mikey G is one that, when he does his live streams or does videos, he may not say a word in those, which sometimes for content creators, when we're live or we're doing something, sometimes saying something actually kind of ruins what the video is supposed to be about or what the live stream is about. Sometimes you just need what's actually happening in that video to just happen. Okay. So if you catch what I'm saying in a nutshell, Mikey G is, he's doing something a little bit, that a lot of people don't fully understand. Some people like those silent streams. I mean, sometimes I enjoy a good silent stream where you just take in what's happening in the game or in the video. So I like that from time to time. But then there's times that it just, basically the video or what, or the stream is telling the story and the person doesn't have to actually say a word. Mikey G does a lot of that. Actually, that's what he does. So you're able to take it all in. What's going on, Chairman? But Project Spirit has a problem with her ignition. So we have to deal with that problem. What's going on, Carla? So these are just a lot of things that we have to do to make life a little bit easier. So I'm going to spend a lot of time getting this squared away between now and hopefully next week. You know, personal problems in my life. Uh, basically it's family issues. It's kids that I got to take care of. And at the same time, you know, I'm also having to take a moment and, so I'm not necessarily taking a break per se, because to me when you run a YouTube channel and it's to where we're at now, you know, what I'm going to say is that it is your business, okay? You don't get a normal vacation, okay? You don't get the normal vacation like everybody else. It doesn't work that way. Um, that whole thing, oh, I got to take a break. I got to look, okay? If you're putting in the time and the effort and if it's like a regular business at that point, you've got to continue to put into it. All right. And the way I've always did the Prince Magnum channel, which now we're at that stage. Okay. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're still trying to work out the AdSense issues because we're ready for monetization. We've got my watch time in. We're ready. Okay. Here's the problem. Okay. While we're working that out and everything. Hi, sis. I don't know. Hannah is my little sister, but everything's good. I just need to take a moment and just kind of expect this next week to see a lot of premiere content. We're talking top of the line stuff that I've been working on a minute, anyways, but I need a moment to kind of take a step back. Okay. So instead of live streaming a lot, it's going to be uploaded content a lot this coming week, which really isn't all that much if you think about it. Yeah, that's true, sis. Because you're the youngest of all of my siblings. So kind of break it down, since to kind of break it down and kind of give what the executive version of this. I'm having to deal with issues over one of my kids. Okay, I have a 13-year-old. There you go, Chairman. I need to take a moment and kind of take a step back from live streaming so I can kind of focus on the family, because I can upload content like the day before. At the same time, I need to go production mode a little bit this coming week and spend some time getting things squared away, because actually I'm supposed to be backing off of live streaming. Because if y'all remember, for a brief moment, I was actually live streaming every day. And then I backed off to where it was 6 days, and now we're down to 5 days. Princess Faye has expressed issues that I really should be backing off a little bit more than that, where maybe it's 3 days a week, so I'm not running myself ragged. Because there for a little while, I was burning the candle at both ends, and she did not like this. Between work and YouTube, there was no time for me, which I'm a workaholic. That's just what I do. Okay. That's what I do. I like to work. And when I get home, I have yet another job, and it's the channel. Well, we're trying to cut it back where it's 3 days a week. And when I say cut back, I mean, as best as I can explain it, Thursday sober talk, a cinnamon live, and maybe some other stream in there. Maybe it might be a cooking stream, or working on the car, doing kind of like updating you all on the car. And then of course Princess Faye has her section of the Cheese Corner, which is every Friday. We're trying to get it to where we're trying to get it to where, it's Faith Corner and a couple of live streams, but a lot of uploaded content in the meantime. Because I want to try to, take a moment to kind of start dealing with family issues. See, if you don't know, I have 3 children that are supposed to be here with me, but they're not. And one of them, they're wanting to send all the way to freaking Atlanta, Georgia, which, don't get me wrong, I love my brother and his wife. They're good people. They're hardworking, but they're crazy. Okay. And that's saying something from me. Okay. If I'm saying they're nutty as a freaking fruitcake, then there's something wrong. Okay. So we're, got to deal with this issue. We have to, so I have to step in and put a stop to this. Okay. For those that don't know, the state of Missouri is probably the most communist place on the planet. In the middle of a capitalist democracy, Missouri is communist. Okay. So I've got to, again, fight, I've got to kick back into high gear and become an armchair lawyer again, battle the state of Missouri. Look at you, Ian. Good to see you, man. Yeah, good luck with that, sis. It's Missouri. Communism. Okay? It's communist. I'll put it to you like this. Cuba is still a communist country, but it's more free than the United States. Okay? And in Missouri, it's the worst. So when I should be shutting down the In Your Face series, I've got to kick it back high gear. And basically start exposing all the nasty stuff that the state of Missouri does not want people to know. Back to alternate media. I'm doing fantastic, Ian. I'm just kind of getting everyone caught up to speed. This coming week, just expect a lot of uploaded content. A lot of uploaded content. I'm not going away. There is no such thing as taking a break from your business, because the Prince Magnum channel is more or less, yes, it's a YouTube channel, but it is a business of sorts. It is a business, more or less. We've got the Teespring store, so now you can start getting merch. Exclusive Princess Faye artwork. I know, sis. Everybody else knows. State of Missouri doesn't care. As a matter of fact, one of the things that actually has to be talked about is the fact that one of your nephews, this is not a joke, sis, one of your nephews, they are doing human experimentation with them. We already know it. I had to explain that one to my mother. They're basically a human experimentation on him. Got the paperwork already saying that they had started it. Genetic experimentation. They won't admit it. Oh, that's not what's... Yeah, it's actually a thing. Got the paperwork to show it. But they won't admit it. Genetic experimentation, and did not have our permission. One of your nephews. Just take that all in for a second. You got it? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. So basically Monday, okay, I go to work, I come home, and as soon as I'll, depending on, usually I don't get into the pre-show. Yeah, you could. But I don't usually get involved with the pre-show because the pre-show is supposed to be a little bit more family friendly. Uh, because it's kind of for everybody. And then when the main show kicks off, then from the when I get into the main show, the gloves can come off. Well, a lot of my humor in Tuesday Night Madness isn't exactly family friendly. Um, right, sis. So that's one of the reasons why you don't usually see me in the pre-show. It's nothing against Broken. I love Broken Mike. Broken Mike is a fantastic content creator. He's probably one of the greats of all time. Chairman, you already know that. So because of that, I don't usually get into the pre-show because it's just out of respect for what the premises of the pre-show is. Because even sometimes I get egged on, and the next thing I know, the pre-show is no longer family friendly. Um, so somebody will say something, and the next thing I'm doing my usual bit. Uh, that I usually say for the main show. So that's one of the reasons why I don't do the pre-show. I mean, I'll go in, I'll show my support, but I don't do it. It's out of respect for the premise, and I know Ian appreciates that. He gets it. Uh, and usually, depending on what's going on with with Super Saturday on Broken Mike's channel, I might come in. I've been wanting to come into Super Saturday and spend a little bit of time, kind of talking about some of the things that I actually know, because Ian will vouch for this. He knows that I'm quite the historian. Oh wow. Yeah, I know you had stepped out, then you came back and stepped out, and you've been having a hard time sleeping, Sharon. You've had a lot on your plate too. So when it comes to Tuesday Night Madness, that's where you'll find me. And I love the main show. It's like, please don't rotate me out. Okay, I look forward to that. That is like one of the highlights of the week for me, is doing the main show. I look forward to it, and most people get it. It's like I bust my hump all week long. Tuesday is like my chill day. I love the main show because it's where the gloves can come off. I can be comical and I can have a good time and just kind of cut loose and just be a comedian. And I love being a comedian because it's a combination of acting and that whole response time, and it's really where I get to shine. So I really enjoy it. Which I know Ian enjoys the humor and everything. He gets a kick out of it, and it does add to the show. And if you've never experienced the Tuesday Night Madness, even if you're just spectating, you are missing out. You really, really are missing out. It is so much fun. It is every bit the hype. Okay. So I look forward to it. But for the show, I usually kind of linger in the background for good reason. Oh, really? Wow. I did. Yeah. So that's kind of one of the things. Right. Exactly. Ian, Tuesday Night Madness for the win. Um, it's really exciting. Something else that we're working out the details on. And if you missed it on Ian's channel, it will be uploaded as soon as I do the voiceover, which that's some of the production stuff that we're getting into this next week. We did, and basically about an hour long, it was almost an hour long endurance, Storm Shield endurance. What's going on, J-Dog? Oh, over at my Plankerton Storm Shield, we did an endurance run and we got all the way up to 14. We could do better. I know we can. Princess Faye and I by ourselves, went all the way up to 19. So I know that, I want to do more. Hey, what's going on, Shadow? Welcome to Live. So if you will, I want to film more of that. So it's one of those. Hang on. Got a little. And we are getting some serious motherfucking lag. Come on, you piece of crap. Turn that bullshit off. I am so sick and tired of our internet. Okay. There you go, J-Dog. Oh, that's all good, Shadow. I appreciate you coming in, man. Oh God, our internet is wretched, awful. I freaking hate our internet. So, I've been in production, and I mean, with you guys, my uploading content is oftentimes 1,000 times better than what I could do in a live stream. And let me give you guys, y'all seen this, if y'all missed the sneaky peek yesterday, Cinnamon did take a moment and kind of give y'all a sneak peek at tomorrow's premiere, which before I go to bed tonight, we have to begin the upload. And it's about a half an hour, give or take. It's about 20 minutes to a half an hour. I can't remember the exact amount of time, but there was a sneak peek that was given. Cinnamon and I are both in a video together, actually carrying on a conversation. Yeah. There might be and I'll give you guys a little inside track. There might actually be a storyline behind this. There may actually be a storyline behind this video, okay? So kind of a heads up. Let me double check something here. Yeah, I'm on my phones. All right, good. There may actually be a storyline coming from this, like a whole video story. I won't go into a whole lot of detail, but I'll give you the guys at least that much of an inside track that we are looking at. Maybe, depending on what everyone thinks of the video, there may actually be a storyline coming from this one video, where just depending on how it goes. Princess Faye, she got to watch the whole video for the most part, and she loved it. Said it was very, very well thought out. It was very, it showed off a lot of talent. It showed off a lot of talent, to say the least, okay? So if no, there's more than you here. It's just, I think even YouTube might even be having a problem or two tonight. It's Sunday here in the States, so YouTube may be hunkered down right now. We may get ready to blow up a server. But real quick, here, I'll give you guys a sneaky peek. A sneaky peek. Okay. Yeah, there's more than just, you guys here. But we'll give you all a sneaky peek real quick. All right. All right. Here's the sneak peek. Y'all recognize that character? Okay. So there's your sneaky peek. So there may be a storyline that comes out of this. I don't know yet. Okay. We'll see how everyone likes it once it's premiered tomorrow. Okay. So there's your sneak peek into tomorrow's premiere. Basically, Cinnamon and I will both be in one video. Gosh dang it. So, hey, Ian, it's time for a cigarette. So, in a nutshell, y'all will get to see. So, this is going to be a good one. This is probably one. Princess Faye actually said this is probably one of her favorite videos that I've done. Right? All right, Chairman, you go rest up, buddy. But yeah, so there's going to be a video with Cinnamon and I both in the same video. So you're going to get to see that tomorrow at 7 o'clock my time. 1 o'clock for all of you over there in the UK. So yeah, isn't that freaking exciting? You guys are going to get to see that happen, you know. And it took me, we filmed Cinnamon's part a couple weeks ago. And then this week, I filmed it, edited it, and it's ready to go. And I'm actually really proud of this one. Which I know there's going to be a few people that are really going to get excited about this. Now, come Wednesday evening. What's going on, Rodney? This Wednesday evening, for those that want to do the Try Not to Laugh at Cinnamon Challenge, that's going to be Wednesday. We're going to be doing a lot of recording. You guys will get the opportunity to do that. You guys, so if you've wanted, Zelda, you make me so nervous when you jump up there, sweetie. Oh, Zelda's getting bigger. Zelda's getting bigger. She's still the baby, but she's not exactly a baby anymore. She's not our little baby anymore. She's getting big on us. And she's gotten big, hasn't she? She's the baby, which that reminds me, there's a video with Zelda playing. You guys will love it. So for those that want to see some more Zelda time, yeah, you'll get it. You know, filmed it. It turned out great. I just got it opening, ending. That's it. So I've got to, you know, basically throw that into production tonight. It's going to be a good time. You know, I've got a lot of stuff to finish up this week. She was a teeny tiny little thing. And now look at her. And sassy as hell now. Even sassy, she's like more sassy now than she was then. Isn't that right, sweetie? So Wednesday, there will be another upload Wednesday, but I'll be in production all Wednesday night. Filming Try Not to Laugh at Cinnamon Challenges. So if you want to get yours in, this is definitely the time to do it. I know Thursday, at some point, I'm going to be over working on the Plankerton defense. I want to tell you, no, Cinnamon's got all the sass taken care of there. Which I got to tell y'all something funny. We all know, we all treat Cinnamon as her own person on this channel. Okay, we all do it, but we know who plays Cinnamon. Okay, so at work, one of the jokes that I've had in the maintenance department is out of all the maintenance, there you go. Okay. So we're going to be going, a lot of what's going to be happening Thursday is going to be work on the Plankerton Storm Shield defense, just the work, where I'll be going in and looking at each piece. Okay, we need to redo this. We got to redo that because when you do one of these defenses, what ends up happening sometimes is some of the traps will break. So we got to go in and replace traps. One of the other things that also has to happen is holes in your defense need to be fixed. And there's like a section where we've had problems with for a little while, so we got to fix it. It's just the nature of the Storm Shield defense. So we got to go in and fix it. It's not a big deal. It's just one of those things that sometimes has to happen. Sometimes you just got to go in and you got to fix these things. I know Ian will definitely need to be there because, hey, why don't we put something like this there? Hey, he'll have an eye for, because, I look at it, if I go in and look at it, I already know what's there. It's kind of like, looking at something inside your house. Maybe a picture is crooked, but you see it so often you don't notice that it's crooked. Someone comes over for a visit, reaches over and adjusts the picture. So I need fresh eyes sometimes. And I know Princess Faye will be there, and she's looked at it so much in the past month that she no longer has fresh eyes at it. So this is going to be one of those things that we'll go in, we'll look at it. Okay, this is what we need to fix next. That sort of thing. So that's some of the things that has to happen. Along with that, while we're working on this defense, one of the other things that has to also be dealt with, again, we got hit by that UFO thing, and it did a number on the defense. So I'm sitting there going, this is not going to work. We got to fix that. So I've got the traps now. I've got to make them, and then we got to go in and put them up. Which Princess, basically, I'll be dropping yep, yeah, those birds right over there. Yeah, I switched over to cell data. I want to play. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Yeah. I live on the outskirts of town, so like I'm surrounded by woods, basically. I practically, I mean, Bonne Terre is not a big town, anyways, so it's a lot of wooded area. Like literally right across the street, it's just like a wall of trees. Right up there, it's nothing but a bunch of property, and in behind where I live, there's a lot of woods still yet. Even though there's a big field like right in directly behind the apartment complex, there's still a lot of woods over that way in behind a bunch of houses. A lot of woods yet. That's just the nature of Bonne Terre. Bonne Terre is just not a big town. I mean, yeah, it is, but it's one of those things. It's wildlife. They operate on their own time frame. So if you will, this is some of the things that we'll be working on. So Thursday will be a lot of, again, Ian, kind of heads up. You might be streaming production stuff Thursday. But Wednesday, try not to laugh at cinnamon challenges, And we all know you love cinnamon. But yeah, I started to tell y'all at work, one of the ongoing jokes at work is the fact that we all know I play Cinnamon, even though we treat Cinnamon as her own person, which she is in a way. Oh, there you go, Rodney. That's what's up. Um, we know that Cinnamon is her own person, but we know that I play the part of Cinnamon, if you will. So at work, one of the things that I'll teasingly joke and say is, out of all the people that you've ever worked with in maintenance, I'm the prettiest one. And everybody thinks it's so freaking funny when I say that. I've thought about filming something like that, which we've done that years ago. We might have to do it again. We might have to do it again. Um, and I know a spot that I could do that. No, you got to actually go. Okay, let me explain how the rules work. You have to laugh, okay? If you chuckle, it's still considered a laugh. If you snicker, it's a laugh. If you just smile, no big deal, okay? But we have to hear you laugh. Now, if you laugh, it counts, okay? And it's okay. Let me say this. If you do laugh, okay, the more you laugh, the more the actual less editing I have to actually do. Okay. So it kind of works like this. If you're laughing, I only have to use one sound effect. Okay. So if you laugh, you hear ding, and then the counter goes up. Ding, counter goes up again. Okay. That's kind of how it goes. Now, really, if you're laughing, I should really only use two sound effects. And it's ridiculously easy for me to do because I've got, everything set up on the computer where I do this. But if you don't laugh, then I got to figure out what to put in at certain points to kind of make the video a little bit more interesting. So then that gets a little bit harder. So in essence, if you're laughing, you're actually saving me work. So even though it's a try not to laugh challenge, yes, Wednesday it's going to be happening. We won't be live. That's why we're doing uploaded content Wednesday. Also, during this next week, while I'm not streaming, I'm going to be working on Spirit. We actually have a problem with Spirit. And it's something that doesn't quite make sense. I'm baffled by it. And during my 2 days off, she may actually have to go into the shop for this. Because I tried to fix it today and I didn't fix it. Oh, you want to do part 2, Ian? Okay. We'll do part 2. The way the try not to laugh challenge, again, back to the try, we'll talk about Spirit again here in a moment. So if you've seen the one with Gina's the best example because it only took me about 4 hours to edit it. So it's, and that was just because I was taking breaks in between time. So, if you think about it, I'm taking breaks in between time and relaxing. If I'd have sat down and just did it from start to finish, it maybe would have taken me an hour. Okay. But now there is one sound effect that without a doubt is something that you should, oh, Gina was amazing in that video. She was perfect because she laughed through that whole, Cinnamon really went after her. And Gina cracked up through that whole video. And the way that it works is, if you laugh, you get a ding and the counter goes up. But if you go into an uncontrollable laugh, where it's like a full-on belly laugh, you can't stop laughing at Cinnamon, you will hear a glass shattering, and that's the counter, and the counter will say that it's broken. Counter is broken. You broke the counter. Gina is the first person to go into that uncontrollable laugh, and the counter broke. That's how that worked. It goes on. The way that it works is you go for a half an hour, but if the half an hour is over and you're still in a match with Cinnamon, it goes till that match is over. So it goes for a half an hour, and then if you're still in a match, then you have to go. In addition, you have to finish that match. So it usually goes for about a half an hour, but but it can run over. So that's the way it works. You go for a half an hour, then then the match, it goes unless you're still in a match, which that does happen from time to time. Now, we tried to do a group challenge, but there were so many people talking that it was just impossible. Absolutely 110% impossible for Cinnamon to say what needed to be said to keep everybody going. So it became difficult, but that video footage is still there. I can go back, cut it out, and make it as a compilation comedy video. So that's no big deal. I can do that. And I mean, Off the Chain, well, we can even put that in as a getting spicy with Cinnamon, funny moments with Cinnamon on Fortnite. The way that it'll work is once you connect put me in as an Epic Friends, you go in and you put me as an Epic Friends friend. Basically, you friend me on Epic Games. Then we'll be able to talk in game, and I will turn on my OBS, hit record, and then it just records it. Then I can go back and edit it down, put an opening and ending, and then it becomes a Premiere video. So that's kind of how that works. You won't have to do it on StreamYards. You don't have to do anything. Now, I do give the option that if you want to stream it, you can, but you don't have to. So if you do want to stream this, it is there for you to stream. That's how that works. But it is recorded content and it's uploaded to the channel. So 3 people have taken the challenge. 1 person did not crack. Yeah, you just make an Epic Friends account and then you add me as a friend. Send me a friend request. I add you to my friends list, and then we set it up where we know a specific time. We start it and we complete it. I know Cinnamon keeps saying she wants to do another one with Gina. She's already looking forward to one with Gina. She wants to do another one. And Gina had a good time. She had a really good time. We had a lot of laughs. Oh my God, it was hilarious. It's one of my favorites to go back to because when we got to a certain point, she just could not stop laughing. That poor girl. I mean, she was laughing so hard. And at that point, you hear the glass shatter and the counter was broken. And Cinnamon said one more thing, and that counter was doubly broke. It was hilarious. Poor Gina, she just could not stop. Cinnamon actually had to back off because she was laughing so hard. It was hilarious. And she would get in these little giggles. Cinnamon would say something, you'd hear her giggle a little bit. And then Cinnamon might say something else, she would laugh. And then say something else and get a little giggle in that she might add in. So it was hilarious from beginning to end. No question about it. Gina just could not stop. She's like, this is like the best ever. And I know Megan, when she watched it during the premiere, she put in the comment at one point, she's like, I'm dead. Yes, it's on the channel. It's on the channel. I'll send you guys the link again so you could watch it, but it's nonstop funny. Ian took the challenge before, and that was the first time that Ian was teabagged by a drag queen. Cinnamon loves to just pick on him about it. She's like, she loves to pick on Ian about it. She's like, you've been teabagged twice by a drag queen, once from behind and once on a bed. And she teases him all the time about it. See what I mean? He's like, just shut up, man. Really, dude. He finally got her back. But the whole time she's being perverted about it. Yeah, definitely not for kids. Yeah, Cinnamon's, that's her thing. Yeah. Yeah. She loves to just everything that she could do to be perverted during that whole thing. She goes after you, just throwing all this perverted innuendo at you. Like, she'll tell you that one of her favorite places to drop in is Dirty Docks because of how it sounds. Yeah, she loves to point that one out. Um, at one point, um, she actually said this one to Gina. She said she said this one in the middle of that, and Gina said something, and then Cinnamon just took it a whole nother level of, oh my god. She said, well, you've got me. Cinnamon gets knocked and she's down on all fours. She's like, you've got me on all fours. Now what are you going to do with me? Well, then Gina's like, yeah, you're kind of, they could pretty well do whatever they want to you at this point. And then Cinnamon turns around and says, can't even spell it right, huh? Do I need to have a friend give another call to you? It's like he didn't learn. But anyhow, then the next thing that Cinnamon says is, she's like, well, if they get too rough with me, I'll be the first one to say, don't stop, don't. And Gina just lost it. Yeah, I know someone already talked to that person, and he was already warned. I got some redneck style friends that don't appreciate it. You know who talked to you, and he already warned you. That was your warning. You're ticking off the wrong people. They've already talked to you. And if you don't remember, don't worry, they'll refresh your mind. You won't forget it again. Promise. You were warned. Got cool friends in some interesting places. It's cool coming from small towns because you make a lot of cool friends. Oh, it's a guy I used to work with. He doesn't like the fact that he'll never amount to anything. My channel's doing just fine. We got our Teespring store. We're ready for monetization. Just got to work out the details with AdSense. I'm on my way to where I won't have to work so much. Be able to afford all the modifications to Project Spirit and Project Lena. Yeah, sure, pal. T-Bone talked to you. Need I say more? And he's already told you. Yeah, sure you didn't. I know who you are. Because there's only one person who's that racist that I worked with before. So get out of my channel. Thank you, Ian. You were warned. Right? some people, but so there again, we're back to, the whole thing with,
I'm going on my computer for now.
okay. What's going on, Simon? Good to see you, buddy. So that's kind of the gist of it, So I need my uploaded content because I've got a lot of stuff going on with family. And then once that stuff is dealt with, as far as family goes, then I can get back to, streaming and doing what I'm doing. I'm doing good, just staying busy. The usual stuff. So this next week, and let me clue you guys in before we begin winding down the evening. Yeah, hey, I'll grab it. Yeah, I'll send it over to you guys. But let me give you the gist of it. Project Spirit, she's running. I can drive her to and from work still, but there's an issue. I'll start her, drive her to where I need to go, turn her off, turn the key to the off position, and she's still running. So it's not recognizing that, basically the ignition system's not recognizing that she's off. She's not supposed to be running. So I've got to take her over, I thought it might have been the key, the custom key switch that we had installed. Well, that's not the case. We don't know why it's doing it. It could be the starter solenoid, or it could be an actual short in the wiring harness, or it could even be in the starter button, so I'm going to have to take her over to the shop, which I'll have to call them tomorrow and see what we could do about getting her in. She's going to have to go over, be looked at, and then once she comes out, she'll be fine again. It does sound like a short, but it could even be a short inside the starter solenoid, just not recognizing it. You go out with the key off, pull the battery cable, and it's like a split second later, she shuts off. So it's something in the actual wiring harness doing it. Now you have to leave the battery disconnected because it's still drawing power then. So now this is a problem. And I did a tune up a couple of days ago, and I went to start her up to listen to how she was going to do, make sure that I had everything as it should be. Well, what ended up okay, Nathaniel. Okay, Nathaniel, no problem. And if you turned around and said that, then you've been in my channel before. So we already, yeah. We don't care who your name is. It's going to be mud. Anyhow. Well, see, the problem is if it's a short, it's still drawing electricity from the battery. And it drained the battery once before already. So I had to give her a quick jump. She fired right up, but it's not cutting the power like it's supposed to. So we have to figure out where that issue is. And once we get that squared away, we'll be back to normal. And Princess Faye and I sat down, started looking at the finances because sometime later this year, Project Spirit's engine is going to have to be swapped. The old 6-cylinder has just about given its all. Yeah. That old 6-cylinder has lasted a long time. It's coming up on 300,000 all original miles. Now we're going to watch that odometer turn over again. Once that happens, pretty much that's to me at that point, we've gotten our money's worth out of the old engine. Because all the problems that came with those engines in the 70s is still there. And most people don't even realize that Ford had a problem in the 70s. They were manufacturing good cars, good solid vehicles, but quality control was a little shitty at that time. And all those old engines, a lot of them, all the car companies from the United States, all of them leaked oil. Well, at least a little bit. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people pick on Harley Davidsons, because they were busting. They were doing the same thing. They were rushing their motorcycles out, and all of them leaked oil. And they really were good motorcycles, but the problem is that they leaked oil. Well, the cars did the same thing too. So what we have to do is we have to pull that engine and put something else in its place. I've already pretty well selected what I'm looking for, but I have to find it. We have to buy it. We have to rebuild it the way that it needs to be. I will not do a crate engine for Project Spirit. It's nothing against the crate engines. I've got nothing against crate engines, but the problem is that it's not the way that I want it, because some way, shape, or form, it's still going to be mass produced to some degree. And when you start talking mass production, you're going to get flaws. So if I have it machined exactly to the specs that I want, I'm not going to have those flaws. So therein lies why we're going to be doing a rebuilt engine, because it'll be rebuilt to the exact specs that I want. So the specs that I'm looking for is balance, blueprint, bore 30 over, a certain compression ratio, which most of your crate engines won't have that specific compression ratio that you're looking for. Looking for specific bolt-on parts, want the heads done a certain way. We're talking where it's going to be down to almost a real fine engineering science. And the objective is to build an engine that has a respectable performance. Hey, Queen, good to see you. We're looking for a respectable performance, which I have numbers that I'm looking for, a certain amount of gas mileage out of a V8. Yes, you can get good gas mileage out of a V8. We did it, back in the 70s, and we'll do it again all the way in modern times. It's not as hard as it sounds. It really isn't. It's ridiculously easy to get the gas mileage you want out of those old engines. The other thing that we're looking at doing in all of this, is we're also looking at tacking on another 20 to 30 years to Project Spirit, where she could still be daily driven for that many years. And yes, that is possible. I've seen it done. We could do it again, and we could do it on, good quality parts, good quality rebuild. And then in the process of all of this, there's other things that also still have to change. Did I get your No, I didn't. Are you talking to somebody else? Because I didn't. No, I didn't. I'll have to go look. Because I don't think I got it. I apologize. Discord? Okay, I'll slide over to Discord right after the stream. So, in a nutshell, Spirit has to go through a lot of changes, because Princess Faye and I are talking about moving to a different state altogether, back to her home state. And if we do that, Spirit's old 6-cylinder really isn't up to the task anymore. If this would have been, say, 3 years ago, yes, she would have been just fine. But times, she's had more mileage on that engine and things like that. And so we've got to look at the long run. That engine's just not up for the task anymore. But 3 years ago, oh yeah, easy. 3 years ago, no problem. Today, not so much. She's good for the distance that I drive her. So we have to be real about this. We have to, that sort of thing. So that's what we're looking at. Spirit's just got to go through a lot of changes. But she's getting ready to spend some time in and out of the shop. Princess Faye and I were already working out the details of doing the body work. Yes, Ian, we're going to look at getting rid of the rust. Okay? You just calm yourself. So we've got a lot of stuff to do. but we just got to start doing it. Now that we got warm weather coming again, and with the Teespring store, with a lot of you getting ready to buy a bunch of stuff, I'll actually be able to take a little time away from work and maybe get some of that done. You know, that's been a problem. Oh, real quick, again, tomorrow there is a premiere. Both Cinnamon and I are both going to be in the same video. And Russ for the win. Actually, there's a lot of truth in that. Because that old car still get it. But the problem is that the old engine's just tired and worn out. At times you can really, really tell it. You can really see that the old engine's just, yeah. So we're going to be, I'll be walking you guys through all the steps in video, explaining how things are done. You know, you guys will get to see this actually happen in a lot of ways in real time. You know, so this is going to be a lot of fun for a lot of you guys, basically to watch Spirit start taking, more shape than she has, which we're going to have to start looking at all the aftermarket parts that we're going to want installed on the new engine. We got to look at, what performance modifications that we want to make to said engine. What's going on, Sunset? So we got a lot of ground to cover with that old car. A lot of ground to cover. So that's just kind of expect the real exciting stuff to happen. But in the meantime, you've got an interesting question. Well, lay it on me. Because we're getting ready to wind it down for the night. So Wednesday, if you want to. No, she did not. No, she did not. I've been sober for 15 years. We got Project Spirit almost 6 years ago. You're welcome to do that math. When I was still drinking, I was driving a 77 Oldsmobile Delta 88. That was the car I got sober with. And that car was actually called Old Gold. And sometimes it was called Magnum's Monster because I had a lot of money tied up in that car. At the height of it all, I had a custom built 1965 Chevrolet 283 under the hood. Bored 30 over with 8.5 to 1 flat top pistons. Power pack head shaped 30 thousandths. It did have the oversized pistons and rings. Steel timing chain. No, Project Spirit is not my dream car. But she's slowly getting there, I guess you could say. My dream car is the 1957 Chevy. And a real close second is the 57 Oldsmobile. I like my cars. I like my American cars from the 1950s over all of the cars in history. I don't care what anybody says about cars of the 1960s. The cars in the 50s were the best looking cars of all time. And you're welcome to fight me on that, but I'm going to tell you right now, you don't get much prettier than those cars. I'll give you a great example. For those of you over in Europe, the 1955 Mercedes-Benz. I am not going to put neon lights on Project Spirit. That is this. No. What's wrong with you, man? The closest I would get to that is putting digital gauges in, which that may still be an option. Going digital on her gauges, which I've considered that. More and more as time goes on, I've considered going to digital, which I know, Ian, if you're still in the background, you're probably sitting there going, digital gauges? Really? That would be cool. See digital gauges on Project Spirit, hit that key and then watch them light up. That'd be cool as fuck. Right. Actually, I've considered getting this has actually been something that I'm looking at getting for Spirit. Talking about horns. Most people don't know this. I've always wanted an Uga horn on the car. If you don't know what an Uga horn is, it's basically when you hit the horn button, it goes Uga. I always wanted one. And I'm going to do that on Project Spirit. I know it's not era appropriate, but fuck you. I don't give a shit. I want one. And I always wanted one. When I heard one as a kid, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? No, we won't do that. No, we won't do that. That's just screwed up in itself. But now that I've said all of that, just also kind of a heads up, like I said, this is going to be there's going to be a lot of Project Lena this year, but there's going to be a whole lot of Project Spirit this year. There's been one of my biggest complaints here on the channel that I've felt that has been an issue is Project Spirit. Project Spirit needs her time to get back to, the forefront. And really quick, for those that, yeah, the Model T did have those. That was hilarious, right? Actually, it'd be real funny if we hit the button and you hear Cinnamon's voice go, "Oh yeah," just like that, and yeah, that's just wrong. No, what? No, I have always wanted to put like a loudspeaker in the car, so if someone cuts me off, I could grab that loudspeaker and say, "Yeah, great job, dipshit. Great driving there, fuckstick." Yeah, through the loudspeaker. Yeah, that would be hilarious. Basically, I'd be able to yell at people for real. Don't flip them off. Don't hit the horn. But yeah, that'll get my point across. Yeah, that's not nice, but it'd be hilarious. That's just wrong. What the hell, man? You know. Fuckstick. I got pissed off at something that somebody did today. I got briefly pissed off. I was like, that freaking penis pump. And my store manager heard me and she just started laughing. Like, what the hell? Calling him a penis pump? Yep. I've gotten pissed off and have actually said this at work. I was like, that fucking moron, they're the load their mom should have took in their mouth. Right. Yeah, you'll hear me say stuff like that at work. Yeah. Bosses all start sit there laughing. They're like, we know we should not be laughing at this. We should be getting on to you for using that kind of language here, but damn it, it's funny as hell. God, man. Yeah. I get foul mouthed, pissed off at some of the stuff that I see. It just happens, and I automatically get the filter out the window, and I'll say whatever comes to mind. I'm a typical maintenance man. Yeah, the woman that laughed at me. You'll hear them. You'll hear me say something like that, and they'll just start laughing. And my store manager, well, she's no worse. She's worse than me at times. That woman cusses like a sailor. Oh my God, she's hilarious. No, I've never had any cut. Every once in a while, most people don't realize because of my humor, I don't usually get rude customers. Every once in a while, I'll get a guy. I'll get usually it's pretty rare that I'll get a rude customer, but every once in a while, I'll get one that's kind of rude. But usually it doesn't stay that way. Usually it ends on a positive note. But if you were to actually get me to count how many rude customers I get, it's maybe one or two a year. Every once in a while, you run into one of those that thinks they're self-entitled. And usually, ironically, it's usually on Sunday, right after church is let out. That's when you find them. That's when you find those usually. They come in and start, acting because they went to church and everything that they're high and mighty. And those are usually the worst. But every once in a while you run into those. Most of the time I don't. I don't usually run into those people. As far as rude customers go, I usually don't see that many, to be honest with all of you. It's really rare I meet any rude customers. Most of the time, everyone's like, "Oh man, you're funny as hell. You're cool, man. I like you." And customers, I've actually had rude customers, and other customers pull them aside and say, "You need to knock it off." You know what? Usually it's like, "Yeah, you want to talk to them." Actually, what I usually get is, "You're really nice. Is your manager nearby?" "Yeah, hang on a second. Let me grab him for you." That's usually what I get. And I'm kind of an oddity in as far as like customer service. Well, as far as maintenance goes, it's most of the time McDonald's maintenance men are usually not the most friendly. Okay, we're really not usually the most friendly people to talk to. So we can't do customer service. I'm an oddity because I can. I started off doing a lot of customer service before I moved into maintenance, so I was already good at it. To give you an idea, when they moved me to doing more customer service, why, yes, she does. She likes a little sprinkle of cinnamon in her coffee. She'll tell you that. She'll tell you how to make her favorite coffee. So if you will, that's just kind of the nature of, the whole thing with the channel, that most people, yeah. Actually, a lot of people love the Try Not to Laugh at Cinnamon Challenge. I'll be throwing that link out there to a couple friends who hadn't had a chance to see it yet. One of the last ones that we did. They're hilarious. Yeah, I figured you were. So there we have it. There's a lot that's going to be happening this week. So tomorrow, premiere video. Wednesday, premiere video. Thursday, sober talk. Friday, face corner. Saturday, getting spicy with cinnamon. Sunday, premiere video. Monday, premiere video. That's kind of how it's going to rock and roll. No, I didn't do anything like that. Most people don't know this. My dad was a firefighter, so you didn't screw around with 911 calls. I didn't, because my dad was a firefighter and he would have killed me. Okay, not like whip my ass, but like he would have killed me. Okay, my dad did not play around. My dad was a firefighter for 20 years. And most of that time he was actually on a paid fire department. It was his full-time job. He was a firefighter. And when all the kids was talking about the cool jobs that they did, I was one of the, when it was brought up, I was one of the cool kids because my dad had one of those really cool jobs. He was a firefighter. And yeah. Both. He actually ran the fire trucks themselves. He was the one that drove the truck to the scene. I've never even heard of that. So, but what he would do is he would actually drive the truck, drive to the scene with the fire truck. Firefighters would jump out. He's hooking up hoses and starting the pump to the fire truck. And they put out the fire. They put up the hoses, and he drives the fire. The firefighters climb back in, and he drives the truck back to the firehouse. My dad did all that. Oh, no, I didn't do anything like that. Right. I didn't do anything like that. I always made jokes about it, but I never did it. Actually, most of the time, I just kind of stayed to myself. I was actually a really quiet kid. Most people find that hard to believe. I was the quiet, shy kid. Yeah. Awesome. All right, Rodney. Yep. All right, Rod. Keep rocking and rolling, brother. Tell you what, him and Megan put on a good show. They've got an amazing channel themselves. Really? That's interesting. That's interesting. One of the other things that I'll be also doing this week, Ian, what was the name of that your favorite dish? It was something Cornish, something or other, I think. There was some other dish. There was your favorite food. It was a Cornish something or other that I think you said it was, that I need to start researching. That's it. I need to start researching that so I can do it for you in a video, because I want to try it. I want to try it because it sounds really good. What's the dish, Sunset? What is it? We're gonna have to shut down soon. My damn phone's dying, even with it plugged in. Tell me. What dish do I need to do? Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, you can. If I've already done it, then I'll just tell you. Yeah, we've already done it. But if not, then yeah, we'll throw it out there. We'll see if I can. I might have to research it or something like that and kind of look into it. But regardless, if I haven't done it, yeah, we'll do it. Princess Faye is my cute little dish, if you will. Yeah, as soon as we're getting ready to shut it down so we can watch some Avatar: Last Airbender. As soon as Princess Faye goes off to work, I'll slide in there and start the upload. But it's getting spicy with cinnamon tomorrow for an uploaded video. Cinnamon and I are going head to head in Fortnite. See who's the better player. You all get to vote for your favorite. I'm working on it, honey. But that's where we stand right now. Yeah, Sunset, send me something, I loves you. Loves you, honey. Yep. Ian's already voting for me. Of course, he's not going to vote for Cinnamon. He's going to vote for me. But if it goes the way I think it's going to go, there's going to be a whole storyline. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love Avatar Last Airbender. There you go. There you go, honey. And Princess Faye has already seen the video. She already knows what's in it. And I think she really likes it. I'll let her answer what she thinks of it. But this is probably one of my best ones yet. A lot of acting. Oh my God, this was so much fun. Yes. Oh, thank you, honey. So yeah, it's that good. No, Avatar Last Airbender. Don't get me started on the movie. That pissed me off. Fuck that movie. Avatar, the Last Airbender movie pissed me off. And the guy, I forget the guy's name who did the damn movie. He could fucking kill him. Oh, man. He fucking killed that franchise. Nah, neither have I. But anyhow. All right. Oh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Or at least tell. I haven't fully finished watching The Legend of Korra, so I don't know what happened to Azula. But I'm curious. But anyhow. All right. So that is the point where I do want to stop for the evening. I'm going to go watch some Avatar Last Airbender. We're almost through with it. We own the actual Avatar live action movie, and I hate that movie. I only got it just because it, just more or less for the collection. That's it. I hate the movie. The live action movie. I forget the guy's name. He did one movie that I liked, and I don't even remember the name of it, so it really wasn't that good, but that's it. Everything else I've seen come from that guy, I don't know why anybody would let him back into Hollywood. He's a horrible writer and a horrible director. Yeah. All righty. But I do need to stop for the evening. I need to go spend some time with Princess Faye. So that brings us to the point where if you haven't hit the like button, please do so at this time. If you look in the description box, there is a Teespring store. We have exclusive artwork now from Princess Faye. We also got the Project Spirit logo up there. There's more Prince Magnum channel stuff getting ready to put up over there. Oh, is that who did it? Yeah, he's a penis pump. But that is, I'm telling you, get in there and start looking around. There may be something that you want. And remember, around about 45% of all the proceeds go back into the channel. Okay? Yeah. All right. But that does bring us to a good stopping point where I get to say to all of you out there, get out there and work on a project. Don't care what it is. Just do something with yourself. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. Or Cinnamon likes to say they make horrible bedfellows. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And as always, for all of you out there, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.